We begin with the latest from India, where after visiting Italy, US Vice President JD Vance landed in the Indian national capital for a high-stakes visit. Vice President Vance, joined by the Second Lady Usha Vance and their 3 children, landed in New Delhi this morning for a 4-day visit that will see high-level negotiations as well as a family sightseeing tour. With all 3 Vance children sporting traditional Indian attire, the US Vice President and his family were received by the Indian Railways Minister at the airport. The US Vice President was also accorded a ceremonial Guard of Honor. Later in the morning, JD Vance and his family visited the Swami Narayan Akshardham Temple on the banks of the River Yamuna. Now, the US second family prayed at the Hindu temple for about an hour. The temple spokesperson later said that the American leader and his family prayed for world peace. JD Vance is scheduled to meet with India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi shortly. Prime Minister Modi will also host the US Vice President for an official dinner. Next on the Vance family itinerary are visits to the historic cities of Agra and Jaipur. The Vance family is also expected to visit the West Godavari district of southern India's Andhra Pradesh state, the ancestral place of Second Lady Usha Vance. While the ongoing sightseeing of India's famous places by the Vance family is garnering due attention, the spotlight is on the potential geo-economic outcomes of the visit, and more importantly, the results of the talks between Prime Minister Modi and JD Vance. The talks are likely to focus on fast-tracking a much-awaited bilateral trade deal, a part of which India and the US hope to finalize by the autumn. Apart from the trade liberalization, the talks are expected to focus on defense cooperation, as well as boosting Indian investments in the US. Reports say that the US is likely to push for immigration enforcement as well as energy purchases during JD Vance's ongoing India visit. Even as President Trump's tariff war looms large over Indo-US ties, the American Vice President's India visit comes at a time when Trump administration's commercial links in the world's 5th largest economy are steadily growing. Trump family-owned Trump Towers has announced at least 2 new real estate projects in India. At the same time, top Trump aide Elon Musk's companies Tesla and Starlink are also making inroads into sales and progress with respect to government permissions in the country. And as Vice President Vance visits India with his family, the Indo-US economic relations look for a potential reset. This is a developing story, and we will keep you updated.
Greeting you with aloha and namaste.
I love India.
Presence, occupation of a territory by another country pertains to India, what we saw in Kashmir.
The Prime Minister Modi.
How do you see Trump's America?
Yes, the current administration behaves differently from the previous administration.
Are you saying that there are foreign powers who are trying to bring down the current government in Syria?
Exactly.
Bluntly, Iran, maybe Russia too.
Prime Minister Modi committed to South-South, cooperation.
Not over 50%.
Is Ukraine prepared to pay the price for that peace?
No compromises at the cost of territorial integrity and sovereignty.